Hey, resilient champions, happy Tuesday. And for those of us who were celebrating Labor Day yesterday in North America, I hope you had a good time. Welcome to today's stream. I'm going to start a series to promote my workbook. So this is a series to promote my recently published workbook, and I pray that you would support me and click the link in the description below and buy your copy or recommend it to your loved ones. So thank you so much for your support, for always. So thank you so much for your support and always being there for this channel. You are highly appreciated and celebrated. So I am going to just do a series every week on one of the parts of the book. It's a workbook in 4 parts, a SWOT analysis, and we are going to be talking about the importance of self-mastery. And we say that self-mastery is everything. So in this series, I just want to encourage you about the importance of self-mastery in everything you do. Self-mastery is the best because when you know yourself, you can train your mind to be stronger than your emotions, your circumstances, and the challenges that you are facing, thereby strengthening your capacity to outtalk excuse tendencies and limiting beliefs that are holding you back. So in this series, we are going to find ways to really identify what are our hidden talents. And we are starting today with how to discover your hidden talents through a strengths analysis. So we are talking all about knowing yourself, self-awareness, because that's the beginning point. Most of the time when you doubt yourself, you don't know the capacities that you have, and you don't even know how to help people or to optimize the capacities that you have because you don't even know them. So in this series and for this workbook, my main aim is to help you identify your hidden talents. So I'm going to go week by week. We are starting today with the strengths. Next week we will talk about the weaknesses, which I call challenges. I don't want to call them weaknesses. And then the upper week we will talk about opportunities and then the threats in the environment. So all of these are things that are going to help you to navigate through life, through your personal experiences, through your work life, through your career, through your relationships. So when we talk about self mastery, it means knowing yourself. Knowing yourself is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Know yourself. Sometimes you just take it for granted and you just tell yourself, oh my God, what is there in my life? I have a boring life. My life is so pathetic. What can I offer? And all of that, without knowing that you are a mine, a gold mine, that you are a diamond, and that you are raw diamond. And the more you get beaten, the more refined you become and the more value you bring. So when you are talking about self-mastery, you are talking especially about self-awareness, which is the secret to unlocking your potential and the foundation for your sustainable growth. Hey, we have somebody here. Hey, Deborah, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for your love and support. You are so appreciated. I greatly appreciate you coming through. I hope you are doing fine. I hope you had a good celebration yesterday of Labor Day. Either you are celebrating as a retired person, a worker, or you just supporting, but it's a public holiday and we are called to abide by what the law says. So yesterday was a holiday. I hope you had a good day. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time because it's celebrated here in Canada too. So I am on this journey of helping you discover your hidden talents, because we are so talented. Most often we don't even know the talents that we have, and we can't even use them. And they say the graveyard is the most rich place because it is full of people with so much talent that they did not use. And so you go with your talents, but people don't use their talents. First of all, a lot of people don't even know the talents that they have. And so it is your job to find it out. But it is also my job to facilitate and help you to find your talents. And that's why I produced the workbook. The workbook, which I called Your Ultimate Personal SWOT Analysis Guide. I don't know if it's the reflection. Sometimes I don't. Okay, you will see it in the course of the. I think it's in the thumbnail. So when you are looking for self-awareness, there are a lot of things that you don't know about yourself, and most often we don't take time to ask questions, to really do an auto-evaluation, to really do a dig deep inside us to find what are those talents that I have. Like you said, everybody has Michael Jordan level talent at something. What is your own Michael Jordan level talent? And how can you find them? It's such a little thing, but it's so sometimes it eludes us because we don't pay attention to it. And that's why we are talking about a personal SWOT analysis. And for those of you who are coming in, a SWOT analysis is an analysis, an internal audit of your strengths. The S is for the strengths, the W for weaknesses, the O is for opportunities, and the T is for threats. So if you take time to analyze your life, to analyze the things you do, and to analyze your projects in the way of a SWOT analysis, you will be amazed at the results. Hey, this my brother Dilo. You are so welcome, Dilo Flo. Thank you so much for coming. I am so grateful. And if you type house in the chat, Nightbot will drop your link so you can connect with each other. So this is a SWOT analysis, and I have produced a workbook to really help you, guide you to discover your hidden talents and use them to become successful. And so I am starting a 4-part series where I will guide you through, or I'll give you like tips on how to do this analysis. You as I appreciate you, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate. Hi, there's my sister, and you're so welcome. Thank you so much, beautiful. You are welcome. I am grateful to have you around. You are so welcome. Thank you so much. So it's a 4-part series because the SWOT has 4 letters, which the S is for the strengths, the W is for weaknesses, the O is for the opportunities, and the T is for the threats. And we are really talking about this because most often we do not know the strengths, the talents that we have. We don't know the challenges around us or the opportunities around us or the threats, and we don't know how to navigate them. And so this workbook is like a useful tool for you to navigate these questions and be proactive and be prepared and be set, and like you are intentional in using your gifts. In wherever you are, your choices are intentional. You are just not making choices, but you know exactly what you're doing. And so today, in this today's live stream, we are going to talk about your strengths. And it is so important to know your strengths. But it is also so challenging sometimes because we don't even know that the things that we have or some of the things that we do can be called strengths. And so, what are your strengths? Strengths are your natural ability. Strengths are your expertise that enable you to achieve success. Strengths are the things that you do without struggle. Strengths are the things that you just like, they naturally just come to you. You might really just naturally love to cook, you love to clean, love to write, or love figures, or love tech. So, your strengths, what are those things that really just come to you naturally? And those are the things that will help you to optimize and leverage to achieve success in your life. And why is it necessary to really do this SWOT analysis? Because you have to take responsibility for your life, and you have to have an open mindset to be able to know that at each time when you are challenged, you can reset, you can readapt, and you can repurpose. So, but if you don't have this analysis, because sometimes we think that analysis is just for companies or for projects, but if you do a personal analysis of your activities, of yourself, you can become more focused on your activities and you have more intentional results. So it is so energy consuming to just like go about doing everything, like the saying when they say you are a jack of all trades and you are a master of none. That's a really like that's a mean thing to tell somebody, that you are a jack of all trades and a master of none. But that's really true, because it's a lot of times. Hey, Helen, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for coming. You are very welcome. Thank you so much, my sister from Kenya. So sometimes Helen, we are continuing the conversation that we started with the fireside chat on Sunday with Goga, and I am in a 4-part series where I just want to give you heads up on the different aspects of the SWOT analysis and how you can use them to navigate and to help yourself. So sometimes they will tell you you are a jack of all trades and a master of none. And I say that is so mean to tell somebody, but also that's so true, because sometimes we say the truth is bitter but must be told. Hey, Lucy, you're so welcome. Thank you so much. I am so grateful for everybody who is in the chat. Please write house, and Nightbot will drop your link and we can connect to each other. Thank you so much. So today we are talking principally about the strengths. And the strengths are the expertise which enable you to achieve success. And sometimes you can do so many things, but it is always good to find the one thing that sets you apart. Hey, the bot files, I am so always blessed to have you. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you really enjoyed your Labor Day yesterday. I was out and really like in hiking and really not having and really enjoying the sunshine. Thank you so much. So when you write house, Nightbot will drop your link. So you want to know your strengths, because you have to stand out in one thing. There's one thing that you have to stand out in. I don't care if it's in sport, if it's in cooking, if it's in handwork, if it's in cleaning, if it's in writing, or whatever you want to become, or whatever you want to be known for, or whatever strength you have to optimize. Because sometimes we have a lot of talents, but there's one that always stands out. And that's your job, to find that one. Where do I stand out? and where can I make a difference? Because we are all unique. We have unique gifts at some point, even if you are from the same mother and father, from the same parents, everyone is unique and we have our own unique gifts. So our intention is to find out what is that one thing that I offer unique value. What is my unique value proposition? What is that one thing that I do so much, so well, that I can beat my chest and say, okay, if they are looking for people who have to cook, I am coming because I know I trust my cooking skills. If they are looking for people who are cleaning, I trust my cleaning skills. If they are looking for people who are in the tech industry, I am a tech savvy person. So find the things. There are so many things. And since you don't want to be a jack of all trades and a master of none, you want to find that one that you really like doing with so much ease that will really make you stand out, and that you can, because everything that we can do very well, we can leverage, optimize to either help someone, to either make some money, or to answer some questions. And when they always tell us that when you don't use your gifts, you are depriving some people whose prayer you would have answered with your gift. There are some people out there who are just praying to have somebody who can motivate them. And you can motivate people and you don't want to use your gift. Those people are underserved because you are not taking your responsibility and using your gift. And so the gifts that we have are to be used and not to be kept and taken back to our maker. And that's why we spend time to try to find out what is my gift. And when you are doing your strength analysis, sometimes some things you think that they are so obvious. They are so obvious because you just do them at ease and you don't know that they bring value. Hey, Queen, you are so welcome, passionately intrigued. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had a real good celebration yesterday. I am grateful that you are here. And please just drop house and Nightbot will drop your link. So when you are thinking about all these things, I always insist, don't think about some big things that people do on at some big level or some at a grand scale. There are some little things that bring so much value that you just want to be like, okay, what is this thing that brings me so much value? And how can I really use this thing? So when I'm talking about doing your strengths analysis, sometimes you are like, what are my strengths? And that's why I did the workbook in this way, because I was presenting at an empowerment workshop. I do empowerment workshops. And when I asked them to list their strengths, a lot of people found it challenging. But this workbook has games with all of those terminologies for all the categories that can help you to find out which of them pertains to you. So you can have all the games, the word search, you have the scrambled or scrambled words, you have the quiz, and all of these different games that help you to find the answers easily. So you're not going to be cracking, hey, what are strengths and all of that. You can, when you see these words, you can easily identify with them. And the games that I have put in the workbook are not just games, abstract games. I have put answer ideas to guide you. So the workbook is not like a just boring workbook that you fill in. It's interactive. You have a lot of games there. You have a lot of things there that can help you to just navigate this analysis. And whether we like it or not, I am telling you, my confidence coach always used to tell me life is a transaction. Whether we like it or not, life is a transaction. Whether it's your life, it's your business, it's your job, it's your relationships. And so you must find the best way to bring value or not to be used. And you can't do that if you don't do this analysis. The analysis will help you to really take clear choices and clear action. So when you are doing your strengths analysis, I said today we are just going to concentrate on the strengths analysis. You should find the things that you are good at generally and what makes you unique. But also, if it's complicated for you or it's challenging for you, ask a family member, ask your spouse, ask your friends. I mean, trusted people whose feedback you trust. When you ask them, you will be amazed at the things that they will tell you about you. And of all the things that they tell you about, because your intuition will always guide you, if your intuition will tell you which one you stand out best at. Or which ones, there could be many, they could be 1, 2, 3, or 5, but there's one that is first. So when you list them, you find the one that is first. And when you are asking your colleagues, you don't want to be, because you are doing an honest auto evaluation, you are doing an honest internal audit. It's like you are auditing yourself. So you just have to be honest, because there's no use to be like placating, just say, okay, no, let me tell that to please the person. Or no, be honest with yourself. Be honest, because when you are honest with yourself, you are working on your authenticity. And when you are working on authenticity, it's so much easier. Life is so easy when you are just authentic. So if you are asking yourself, for example, like in the workbook, I give my own examples and then I give you the opportunity to think about yours. So if somebody will ask me, what projects have I worked on and completed? Because when you are looking for your strengths, just align all the projects that you have done. Sometimes you have done projects that you didn't complete, which is okay. Absolutely be true to yourself in order to be true to others. Absolutely, Queen, that's very true. So sometimes you undertake activities, you don't finish them. It's not because you are a failure, but it's because maybe you needed help at some point or with some of the things. And that's why a SWOT analysis will help you to know which things you can do and which things you can delegate. So if they were to ask me, what projects have I worked on, for example, and completed, be it at school, be it at work, be it in my personal life, and all of that, I would like just share with you, I have completely reset my life. And I'm empowering many people to rebuild theirs too. So one of the things that absolutely being true to yourself. So one of the things that I discovered when I started my personal development journey, like for the people who are used to this channel, you know that I'm a two-time divorcee. I lost everything that I had and I had to restart life at 50, like completely a complete pivot from all the development communication and working with international NGOs and traveling worldwide. I found myself at a complete loss and I needed to pivot. I needed, like, I really felt that I was lost, but I also knew that I had some strengths and that I knew a lot of things and that I had accomplished a lot of things, or also that I had helped so many people to accomplish a lot of things. And that's what brought me into being a life coach. Because when I was looking at like a summary of all the things that I have done and I have achieved, I found a lot of things. And if you are used to my a channel. If you are a resilient champion, I call everyone who comes here a resilient champion, which means we all have a track record of having overcome adversity at some point. That's my cousin. Hi, David. You are so welcome. Thank you so much. I always appreciate you. Thank you. You are always having some amazing things that you are growing, and we are growing not only the crops, but we are also growing our personalities. So if you drop house, Nightball will drop your link and you will continue and you will connect with each other. So when you are talking about all of these trends, like I was saying, I realized that when you start naming the things that you have achieved, you will be amazed. Like somebody, like the song they see, count your blessings, them one by one, and you will be surprised at what you have. So that's why doing analysis is so useful, because it brings you to, like, I know that there are many people who don't like writing. But when you write in front of you, you start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or just say, what are the things that I have accomplished in my life? And you bring a pen and paper, you put 1, 2, 3, 3, you start writing. I mean, no matter how small, because sometimes we think that it's just some big things that matter. Those little wins are even the most useful. And when you write all these things, the beauty of writing them down is that when you see them and you see 10, 20, 30 things, and you say, oh my God, I'm such a big achiever. But if you are just thinking about them without visible proof, because our brains are wired to see proof before we believe. So it's not only Thomas in the Bible who they call the doubting Thomas. That's how our brain is. Our brain will believe more when we see. And that's why you have to show your brain something to believe in. And that's why you have to put your strengths and write them down and show it to your brain that this is proof that I have strengths, I have talents, I'm not a failure. So the beauty of writing is to give your brain that proof that it needs to show that you are an achiever and that you can leverage these achievements to help other people. Hi, welcome. So thank you so much. Heaven, you are welcome to this channel. Thank you, Rudy. You are welcome. So when you are looking at all your achievements, I am telling you, sometimes you will be mind blown. I mean, you can decide to say, just write without editing. What have you achieved? Your schools you've gone to, your certificates you've had, or the activities that you have done successfully, or even the relationships that you have successfully kept over the years. Some people have relationships that are more than decades old, and all of that. So you are writing your things because you have to show your brain proof of these successes, of these strengths. And that's how it's okay, it's normal to have all the doubts. Our brains are wired to see proof before belief. And it is your job to give that proof to your brain. And once your brain starts acknowledging that you bring value, that's how you grow. And that's how you have confidence in carrying out more and more bigger tasks, bigger projects, bigger opportunities, and that's how you grow. So your job is to give your brain, your mind, that evidence, and you are just do the right thing. I know that some people don't like to write. You could also just use your phone and record yourself. But I recommend writing, especially in your own handwriting, not only in your, not only on your computer, because I always say writing is therapy. Hi, LP, welcome. Thank you so much. You are welcome to listen and lurk. I am so grateful for everyone, and especially those who are lurking and in the bushes. You are welcome. And those who are coming for the replay, you are equally celebrated. So I was explaining that the power of writing and doing this analysis in your own handwriting is because the handwriting conveys a lot of emotions that even your computer emoticons cannot convey. When you are writing, it's like a therapy. You are writing, and it's so fulfilling when you are writing and seeing what you're writing. It is visible. You are filling the pages. So it is always good to fill the pages, to write and fill your pages and see and use it as evidence to your brain, to your mind, to convince your mind that you are capable of succeeding, that you are capable of achieving. And when you give your mind that visual evidence, it boosts your confidence. So this channel is also about confidence building. And one of the ways that you can build your confidence is to identify your strengths, write them down, even paste them in your room or on your mirror or wherever where you will see it all the time, or you can even paste it on your computer. So every time you start having doubt about yourself, look at those strengths that you have written, look at those things that you have achieved, and see the ways that you can use them to help people, because there are people at all levels in their lives. And sometimes we think that we are not achievers because we are looking how far we have left to go instead of also looking how far we have come. When you look how far you have come, you will see that, oh my God, I'm no longer where I used to be 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or last year. I have gone 3 or 4 steps ahead, and so I am progressing. And so those are the little things that help you to really like, yes, I have these strengths, I have these talents, I can use them to become a better person, to become successful, and you are using them to become a better version of you. Your job is to become better every new day. And how do you become better every new day? By leveraging on your strengths. And how do you leverage your strengths when you don't even know them? That's why you need to do a SWOT analysis. And that's why we are talking about your strengths analysis. Like on Sunday, I was on a Goga's panel. I was talking about the workbook, and he asked me a question: if we can do a SWOT analysis as content creators. And I said, of course, absolutely. For everything, you can do a SWOT analysis, and it is even advised that you do a SWOT analysis for everything that you are doing. And I gave him, like, if you're going to analyze the strengths of your channel, you go to your analytics and look at the things that are bringing people to your channel, and then you do more of those. So what are the strengths that I have? What are the positive things in my channel? What are the things that bring people to my channel? Do more of those. And so when you are doing everything, you see that you need to do this analysis, because nobody wants to just spend their energy doing something and not knowing whether they are winning or that they are achieving or whether they are progressing. You always want to measure how far have I gone, or how are things. Sometimes we come back at home in the evening and we just crash because we are tired. But it is really recommended to take just even a minute every evening and ask yourself, how has today been? What did I do very well? What could I have done differently? Or what could I have done better? And so you are just trying to be better the next day. I know that things are so challenging at times that you really like you don't even have the energy to keep going. And you really ask yourself, am I really like, is this really working? Everybody has those questions. I am telling you, even the most famous people that you can think about, all of us, we have challenges, we have questions, but at different levels. So every level, everybody have their own challenges at different levels. You are not concerned about them. You are concerned about yourself. What are the challenges that I encountered today? How could I have done that better or differently? Or if tomorrow I'm faced with this very thing, how can I navigate it? So when you keep asking yourself those questions, it is really like recommended to ask yourself questions continually. It's not that you are asking the questions to like, okay, this thing was really like so bad. I was like so terrible. What was I thinking? No, you are looking for the lessons so that you can use them to build back better. So in this series, like I said, today we are starting with the strengths analysis. And I recommend you buy the workbook and find the in-depth questions, because there are so many questions and there are so many ways that you can answer them. What unique values do I have? What do I do so well that I can use to help others? And I always keep saying, don't minimize any value that you can bring. There's always that one person somewhere that you would impact. And don't minimize the power of numbers. Even if you impacted one person a day, you have done a great deal, because that one person, the shift that you have brought to their life is going to impact other people, and there will be a ripple effect because of the good work that you did. So never underestimate the power of numbers, no matter how little. Even if it's one person, if there are two people, each one person that you impact is like 10 other people that will be, because you don't know all those 10 people, but people know people who know people who know people who know people. So you are doing your best to impact at your own level, or to serve at your own level, because you know that it is going to have a ripple effect. And that's the thing that keeps us going. And that's why you have to know your strengths. So I would always tell people authenticity is the best. Because when you are authentic, like think about it, the people who tell stories about their life, they will tell one story today, tomorrow they see you, they don't know what they told you, and they are struggling to think, what did I tell them last time? How, how do I continue to build on that sand? Like you always like so stressed to find a new story that will balance with what you told before, or that will balance with the image that you want to give. That is so tedious. I can tell you, it is so tedious. Just be your authentic self. Find that thing that you are good at doing and do it. There are always so many people out there who will be willing to learn from you and to grow. So I'm not talking too much. You have the workbook, or you could also send me a direct message on Instagram. You can find my Instagram handle in the description below this video, and reach out to me if you want to talk. I am always having a listening ear, because for me, we are all born to serve. And how do you serve? Sometimes and most often is not only about the money, it is about the impact It is about being, so sometimes you're doing something to someone, is not that person that is going to pay you, but because you did a good thing, you're going to have someone who will do a good thing to you in return. So you're doing good because somebody is also going to return the good. If not the person that you're doing it directly to, but there's always a return on investment. How are you going to invest? How are you going to invest? Sometimes we hear that you reap what you sow. Absolutely. You don't plant tomatoes and you expect to reap peanuts. If you are planting tomatoes, you will harvest tomatoes. So plant the good seeds out there and you will get good harvests. And I'm so grateful to every resilient champion, because it's not easy. It's always so challenging. And sometimes we are almost at the verge of giving up because we think that we can no longer handle it. But think about it. How many times have you overcome certain things that you thought, oh my God, this is like, okay, now this is going to kill me. I can't do with this. But what happens the next day? You are up again and you are striving to continue your life, and it's like, oh my God. Before you know it, sometimes they say time time does not really heal the wounds, but time really makes it easier for you to to live with the wounds or to navigate it, or the scar dries off, even if it's there, but it's no longer painful. Now it's just the scar that is there to remind you that you are an achiever, that you are a conqueror, that you are a warrior, and that you fought the fight and that you survived. And that's why I dedicated this workbook to all the resilient champions who believe in using lessons from their challenges to build back better. Remember, we always say in this channel, you don't lose. In whatever you're doing, there's nothing like you lost, but there's something like you won or you learned. So when all those challenges happen, don't ever like kill yourself to say, oh my God, this thing happened and it's not possible. I could have done better and all of that. No. Whatever challenges that you are passing through or things that are happening to you, find the lessons and use them to build back better. And that's why I say, may you find the tools and resources within the workbook to identify your unique gifts and use them to become your best, to serve humanity, and to leave visible footprints for posterity. So sometimes people will say, oh no, I'm just living, I don't have anything to offer. Or sometimes, but think about it. Even when I was growing up, like people who come from the rural areas back home in Africa, they would think that, oh no, these ones don't have anything to offer. But it's those people in the rural areas that were doing the farming, that were sending their products, farm products, to the urban areas. And so if there are no rural dwellers farming, harvesting, and selling to sell in the capital city or in the big towns, people will die of hunger. Imagine, and you know when they say a hungry man is an angry man. So imagine that there is no food. There will be total catastrophe. So if no matter what you're doing, you are leaving visible footprints because of that farming that you're doing, because of that craft that you're doing, because of your little input that you're doing, you are able to sustain a lot of people for the greater good of the community of your country. And anytime you feel stuck, take responsibility and become your own rescue. taking responsibility is not a matter of choice, because one of the reasons why you are identifying your strengths is to take responsibility of your life and use the strengths to grow. Instead of blaming everyone else for the things that are not going well in your life, take responsibility. Even if some things happened that you are not happy with, find your own, what part did I play in that thing? Sometimes it's not pleasant. I would like taking responsibility and saying, even though this thing has happened, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to look for another way out. So you are taking responsibility to look for another way out. Hey, Queen, you're welcome, sweetie. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. I hope you had a very beautiful Labor Day celebration and you back to work for a productive week. Thank you for stopping by. You are loved and appreciated. So you are taking responsibility for your life because no one is going to do it for you. You have to take responsibility for your own life. People can help you when they see that you are struggling and you are doing something, and that if they help you, you will move forward. But if you are just sitting there without taking responsibility, how will people help you? People need to know that you are taking responsibility, and then they can help you. And who do we have here? Absolutely. A resilient dad. He is a resilient dad. He knows the power of resilience. And he knows that resilient champions believe in using lessons from their challenges to build back better. So I am presenting my new workbook that I just published. It's on Amazon. You have the link in the description below. The Ultimate Personal SWOT Analysis Guide. And I'm doing a 4-week series where I'm presenting, like, SWOT is the acronym for the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so I have a 4-week presentation where every week I'm going to talk about one of them. And today we are talking about this. And this, as you find on your screen, is the dedication in the workbook, and I dedicated it to all the resilient champions who believe in using lessons from their challenges to build back better. And we say that when you feel stuck, take responsibility and become your own rescue, because you are your own best friend. You are the only person that can bring you out from that situation. People can only help you. I always give the example of people who are doing the marathon. They are running. That's how life is. You are the one doing the running. The people by the side can cheer you up. They can give you water. They can really sing to you, but you are the one who has to do the running. That's why you have to take responsibility. And that's why they say once you start readjusting and adapting, you become unstoppable. And there's nothing more empowering. And so you have to embrace your process, embrace your life, and celebrate your progress. And we say never stop learning and becoming. You are becoming because it's in a continuous tense. We are becoming because we are a work in progress, and there is always room for improvement. There's no way, if you are intentional about your life, that you will not be better the following day than you were the day before. I know that sometimes it can be so challenging, but we are champions. We are resilient champions because we have a track record of having overcome lots of adversity, things that we didn't just imagine that we could overcome. Even sometimes to the extent of our loved lost loved ones. I lost two brothers. For me, it was a big loss, but for my parents, especially for my mother, we didn't know that she was going to survive. She was so broken. It's not very easy for a mother to lose their child. And both my brothers died at 37. It's a sad coincidence. But for almost a year, my mother was like, death refused to take her. And we had to really like talk to her. We say, Mom, you have other children. It's true that we all miss our brothers who have gone, but you have other children. We cannot go all on the same day. We are going to be going on our own day. And so we had to take a lot of time to really support. We were also grieving, but we had to support our parents because for them it was like they say, they will tell you that somebody who lost the parents, they will call you an orphan. If you lose your wife, they will call you a widow or a widower. But if you lose your child, there's no name for that. So you can imagine the grief. Thank you so much, sweetie. I greatly appreciate that. So for a mother who loses the child, it's so terrible because there's even no name for that. But you have to navigate it and you have to keep living because each person is going on their own day. So let's not digress. I'm coming back to our strengths because we are saying self mastery is everything. When you know yourself, you can train your mind to be stronger than your challenges. And this capacity is going to help you to out-talk any limiting beliefs whenever they come up. And when you unlock your potential, it is a foundation for sustainable growth. This is because when you know yourself, it enables you to take empowered action. So the workbook is available on Amazon. The link is in the description below. And I really like, I thank you for all the help that you've been helping and supporting the channel. But I also like pray that you keep supporting the channel, spreading the word about the workbook. It's a very valuable tool that will really help you to navigate your life. It's not going to be easy, but you have tools that can help you to make it easier or to make it manageable. So you have the link in the description, and I can't like when I put it in the dedication that the workbook is dedicated to all the resilience champions, I really, that's my way of thanking everyone for your love, for your support, and for everything you do to make this journey a worthwhile journey for me. It's not easy to share your experience and to help other people, but it is when you share those experiences, you share your experiences that you identify the people you are called to serve. And we are all called to serve in one way or the other, either as a wife, either as a mother, a father, a spouse, a colleague, or all the different ways that we really like serve. So if you could also have a they they call it the QR code is on the screen. You can scan it and it will take you to the link. So I really like, I am so blessed to have all the people who are here. I am so grateful also for those in the replay because the replay squad is the people who like they say, okay, I'm not available when the live stream is taking place, but I am coming to support. And I really celebrate you. And also the people who are in the bushes, and supporting, you are so well celebrated. There's nothing you can do without collaboration, because alone you can't do it. You have to do it in collaboration. So I really like thank everyone. I am so grateful. We have a 4-part series of today. We did the strengths. Now we next week we are going to do the weaknesses, which I don't call weaknesses. I call them challenges, because when you say weaknesses, sometimes it's like it's more it gives you a like negative connotation. But what we are doing is empowering. So I am like, I was looking at for who to direct to take to the next live stream, because we are in the business of building each other up. I don't see any of my people on the. I've not seen anybody live that I can redirect to. So I am really like, if you have any questions, you can send them to me. You can send me an email. You can find my email in my about section. You can send me a direct message on Instagram, or you can also just book a call. I have the calendar there in the description, in the video description. You have all of that information. You can get to me and we can talk. Sometimes, if you even just want to talk, because sometimes you just want somebody to listen, or you want somebody to give you an opinion. They are giving an opinion because your judgment or your decision is not going to be based on that. Your decision is not going to be that, but you can be guided to be able to get the best that we have. So if you have any questions, you can ask them. If not, you can put your put house in the chat, and Nightbot will drop your link. I'm going to be so grateful to have people who I can really like serve, who ask me for any service. So Helen, I don't know if you know Sweetery or Passionately Intrigued. Just share your link so you can connect. Helen is my sister from Kenya. And so you can connect with each other, because we are in the business of building each other up. And Helen, for the receipts, tell your president that I didn't see anybody to redirect my live stream to. They, like all the people that I have, it's mostly like church sessions and all of that. Who comes with the popcorn? Hey, TW, you are so welcome. Thank you so much. This is my brother from another country. Write house, just write house in the chat. Write house like this, and Nightbot will drop your link. So if you write house, you see, if you write house, Nightbot will drop your link. So I had President Goga help me to set Nightbot, and so it's easy to drop the links and connect with each other. So if you drop at the same time and it doesn't come up, you see, so PIA, you have to drop again, because it looks like you dropped at the same time with TW Popcorn, and that's why his own came up. So you have to drop again. So when you drop the house, Nightbot will drop your link, and you can connect to each other. That's how we grow on this platform. So PIA, you can drop house again. Okay. and then Nightbot will drop your link. There we go. You're welcome. So that's how we drop the links here, and Nightbot can get you connected to each other. So I'm so grateful to all of you who take time to come all the time to support me. I don't take you for granted. I greatly appreciate all the resilient champions who are helping each other to grow and who are spreading the word about positivity and growth, because we are in the business of growing and becoming unstoppable and becoming like the best of ourselves. So I'm going to end the live stream. I'm sorry for the people who are here. I had to drag it. I wanted it to get to 1 hour. So I reached the top of the hour. I don't take your time for granted. Thank you so much. Continue to work on yourselves. Self-mastery is everything, because you need to know yourself so that you can train your brain to be stronger than your emotions. And the best way to train your brain is to give it visible evidence. And the best way to do visible evidence is to take your pen and paper and do your SWOT analysis. And you have a tool that can help you to do your SWOT analysis. That's what I'm saying, Helen. I didn't find anybody that I can fly to. I didn't find anybody, because when I look at all the people who are alive, I just have people who are, their live streams where people are just doing a silent whatever. Okay, I see somebody. Okay. Okay, that's good. Helen, I finally found where we can take a flight. And my channel does not have a, like the my channel does not have I know. I know. I know. So my channel does not have a command for a command to take a flight. So we are going, let me just type something and we can take a flight. No, when I checked before, I didn't see any person whose channel we could take a flight to. But I found one now, so we are going to land. I found a command. So we are going to land when I end the live. When I end the live, we can just take this command and land in the next live stream, because we are in the business of leaving no one behind. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I greatly appreciate you too. Like PIA said, everyone have a blessed rest of the week. Let's continue to grow and hold each other. Thank you so much. You are so celebrated, you are loved, and you are appreciated. And we will see in the next live stream.